thanks for your observation. You will understand, Honorable Minister, that we are representatives of the people. And as representatives of the people, we have rights to ask questions, and you also have the right as a Nigerian to respond to those questions. Before now, you are on this side of the aisle. Today, you are on the other side of the aisle. And let me also say, Honorable Minister, if you say I made judgments before, using my privilege, Mr. Minister, you also use your privilege as a minister to adjudge the suspended members of NSITF as being guilty. And that is the essence of this investigation. Honorable Minister, we are here to look at the facts, and the facts is before us. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, let us not waste too much time on this matter.
Please, Mr. Chair, thank you very much. It's just an observation. Please, let's stick to the terms of reference and proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable colleagues. Please, I wish to...
Under the Constitution,
yes,
there is no document on earth in Nigeria that the Parliament cannot ask for.
Okay, no problem.
And
let me ask.
We can even ask Mr. President
I will
to come and testify by himself.
Honorable Faleke, you are dead right. But I have a boss. I'm not disobedient like these people in the NSITF. I will go to my boss and get his approval.
Honourable Minister, hold on. Honourable Minister, just a reminder.
Yes.
Thank God I started working.
Are you aware of the act of NSITF? The law setting up NSITF? Are you aware there is a law setting up NSITF? And in that law, it gives provisions on how people can be disciplined. Are you aware? So are you saying as a lawyer that Mr. President's signature can override an act? No, answer me as a lawyer.
Let me respond. The act, the directive of Mr. President has not in any way taken away the powers of the NSITF Act. The powers of Mr. President is to the effect that they should be suspended, step aside, so that an effective investigation and evaluation of the infraction should be carried out.
You're also missing it. The Act says the board must pass a resolution. That's what the Act says. So upon what did the President act on?
Madam Chairman, let people not misinform this House. No. I was a legislator. There's an act.
Sorry.
Mosu.
Point of order.
Mosu.
Point of order. You are a lawyer.
Yes, please.
Because you introduced yourself as a lawyer.
Yes, please.
And if the Secretary to the government issues a directive, can you tell this committee whose authority did he issue the directive? That's number one. Number two, in your letter, which in the circular, the directive is clear. The procedure for discipline issued by Mr. President. And Mr. President is not a day-to-day operator of directives. He is advised, opinions are given to him, he followed people's advice. He believed that when he appoints you into an office, he expects you to do the best and give him the best suggestion. Are you telling me that the board of NSITF, according to your circular, sent you motion, resolution, upon which an investigation was conducted according to this circular before Mr. President was advised accordingly? Because in the letter you read, you only read the letter of Mr. Honorable Minister. So now, what you are saying is that this circular has to come from President downward, no longer from the agency upward. Okay, so the office of SGF becomes just a rubber stamp to obey and not to advise. Can you respond? Thank you. Once again, my name is James Faleke, your friend. Prime Minister, thank you for your presentation and the documents you have provided. I have a couple of questions, and I want to take them one after the other so that we can follow it. The circular of the SGF to all agencies was dated 19th of May. The approval that you gave us was dated 22nd of June. Will you say that in line with this circular, you followed the procedures, which of course is the main topic of the motion as moved by my colleague for procedural breach? Will you say that queries were issued, responses were received, and the board took a decision and passed a resolution in writing to you, upon which you advised Mr. President through the office of the Secretary to the government to take the action that you made him to take? That's one, sir. Honourable Minister, you have read copiously the allegations of financial malfeasance severally. But you left out so many other ones, which I need you to make clarifications. Will you say, Honourable Minister, that the ministry can nominate staff of the ministries for the agency to send on overseas training and paid by the agency and paid by the NSITF, paid extra code by the NSITF, rather than the ministry paying the extra code? Will you see that as also abuse of office? Honourable Minister, I have a document here where you made special promotion, which you have referred to in your presentation. I have no document to show that the agency requested for this promotion, even though you said you held meetings with them. The promotion comes from top to bottom, from the directive of the minister, or it should have been a request from the agency to you to approve these promotions. Are these special people that you have promoted, are they so special according to these promotions that you did? That's Minister, I also want to say that one of those promoted specially has been added to the investigative panel investigating the management. Will you say it's fair, or it will be fair, for such person that you granted special promotion to be asked to go and investigate the bosses? Whom is she going to owe? I'm speaking about one Alegua, whatever is happening. Whom is she going to owe allegiance to? You or Nigeria? That's that. Prime Minister, you said you had they have never brought budgets to you. You are not aware of their budgets. But I'm in receipt of I have a letter here where you approve a lot of trainings to be conducted. You approve a lot of trainings for them, for the ministry, within their budgets. Will you say it is an oversight that you must have approved the budget without knowing? Talking about budget, Honourable Minister, I have a mutilated budget here, manually adjusted. In so many instances, where trainings per head was estimated to be 150,000, it is alleged that, Honourable Minister, you increase it to 350. All these handwritings were yours. And that was the way they submitted it to the National Assembly. Will you say this is an act of direct interference in the day-to-day activities of the NSITF? Honourable Minister, in your opening speech, I don't know if I'm too fast. In your opening speech, Honourable Minister, you said that because of the past activities of NSITF, you wrote the names of those you think should be members of the new management based on your vision for the agency. But of course, when the approvals came, some of those names were not there, except of course the chairman. Will you say that your anger with them, with this management, is because your nominees were never taken from day one? My friend had asked some questions regarding employment opportunity. Will you say, Honourable Minister, as the Minister of Labour and Employment, saddled with the responsibilities of abdicating and administering justice amongst employers and employees, will you say you have been fair to other sectors of this country where employments of people by NSITF is mainly from an Anambra? And when I took a cursory look, Honourable Minister, at the nominal roll, I saw about 5 Ngiges. I don't know whether it is a family name or it's a community name. Honourable Minister, you said in your opening speech that I needed to recuse myself because, according to you, I had judged you. We have a letter, Honourable Minister, nominating an insurance broker that is not on the list of accredited brokers by BPP, but the letter was signed by your wife. Will you have advised her to have recused herself from signing such a letter, knowing fully well that she was doing so even though the agency in question is not treasury funded, and directing the agency to use that Star Insurance? Finally, Honourable Minister, as a politician, we all labor for this party, our own party, and apologies to my colleagues who are not from APC. We all labored, and you alluded to it that some of the management staff are also politicians. Will you say it is right, Honourable Minister, to have also castigated them in the media, damaging their reputation, rather than following the process laid down by the Secretary of the Federal Government for you to have duly taken this action? Honourable Minister, with due apology, I also want to make this statement finally, that you are a former governor by the grace of God. You are also a former senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I also want to ask that you served the first tenure as a minister, now it's your second tenure. Honourable Minister, will you say your appointment by Mr. President was based on you being a member of the party, or because of your personality, or because of your performance for the president at the election? Because I look at the results, I discovered that in your local government, you scored 2,202 for the president, while the PDP scored 17,000 plus.
Chairman, please.
Thank you. That is my question. Thank you.